Hi, so I'm going to be really honest about a few things here. I've had a really bad night. Hold on. So I've actually had quite a few really bad nights recently. I'm very weepy today, but I want to get this out. I share the good, the bad, the ugly of my life on this YouTube channel and on Facebook because I feel like I'm not the only one who struggles with life. And sometimes seeing that other people struggle, whether it's the same thing or something else, makes a big difference for me. Gosh, I gotta get it together. So I'm sharing. I have had crippling anxiety since I was about 12 years old. It started when I started going through puberty and had all the hormones and all the changes in life, and I ended up getting deathly ill and almost losing my life to lupus. That anxiety has never gone away. So I have horrific anxiety. Depression comes along with that, and depression has many things that come along with it that affect my lupus. So when I start having these kinds of anxiety, panic attacks, and depression sneaking up on me, I get sick physically. I start to have major issues with my lupus, and my body hurts, and my body wants to sleep, but it can't. So anyway, I have this horrific, crippling anxiety, horrific social anxiety. But forever ago, we found that there's a medication that helps me. It's called Cymbalta. The pharmaceutical name is duloxetine. And I have been on that for I don't even know how many years. That builds up in your system, and it works on your serotonin in your brain and a couple other things. When I take that medication, I take it daily, and it helps to balance my emotions to a point where I can handle them. And I use the coping skills and everything that I've learned. Wow. I've worked my whole life on learning coping skills for this crap, and sometimes they just don't work. What's going on now is that I have been out of my duloxetine for almost a week, and it is now almost officially out of my system, and I'm struggling. Nighttime is the worst for me. I start to have claustrophobia, and I start to completely panic, and I hyperventilate, and I cry, and sleep won't come, even though you really need it. So yeah, I have not been sleeping very well, and I have been waking up in total panic attacks to the point where I can't breathe. I have to go outside of my home and be in the space. There's nothing that really helps it. I've tried everything, trust me. And over the last week, I have gradually gotten less and less sleep and more panic. And last night was awful. The night before was pretty bad. I woke up at 3 a.m. having hyperventilating and having horrible dreams and not being able to calm myself. And yeah, last night was even worse. It started as soon as the sun went down. I tried to cope. I told my husband, I've got to get this medication. I hate that my brain's like this. There's just nothing I can do that is curbing what's going on until I get that medication back in my system. This has not been easy. Last night was the worst. At 11 p.m. the hyperventilating started, and everyone was asleep in the house, and I live in this fifth wheel. Literally, I have 3 kids that sleep in there. One that sleeps on this couch because he doesn't want to be in his loft right now because it's cold. And then the other room has me and my husband. Well, it's not like I can go anywhere. I can't turn on all the lights because I'm scared, because then I'm waking the entire family up. And so last night I sat on that couch all night. and desperately tried to calm myself. As you can tell, I'm not doing a very good job. There's a really weird thing going on in the pharmaceutical field right now where we are struggling to get medications. We travel, as you know, as travel medical people, and it makes it even harder. We tried to get this medication filled for me, and for some reason, the medication is in a pharmacy in Douglas, Wyoming, which we have not been there since last August. It's now February. We are desperately trying to get the medication here for me. And it's not like I can pop this pill and I'm completely back to normal either. It takes time to build these things up in your system for it to be able to help you. Sadly, I have passed these panic and anxiety on to my daughter. And so she goes through the same thing. She's not on the same medication for it, but I just feel so guilty whenever I feel like this, because when she feels like that, I know what she's going through. God, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. I needed someone to talk to, and I don't have anyone right now to talk to, so you get this version of me. I will get better. I know I'm not dying, even though it feels like it. I'm so tired, and I am finding that every time I sit still for too long, my eyes want to shut, but then I start hyperventilating, and I feel like I can't breathe, and it gets very overwhelming. So, what's my plan? Because I need to have a fix for everything, or else I feel very out of control in these situations, is that my husband has talked to the pharmacy in Wyoming, and they have put it back on the shelf and released that prescription finally a week later, and it hopefully, I'm desperately praying that they will fill it here in Durango a half hour away so that I can go pick it up. And I am so fearful of nighttime right now. I'm so scared of what tonight's gonna bring. It's only 9:49 in the morning. I'm alone today in my home, which is helping because the anxiety of having the kids here, and they can't stand seeing me like this, and I can't stand being like this, so it's just this horrible hamster wheel I'm running on right now. So, hopefully I can edit this in a way that I don't look like a blithering idiot, but I wanted to share that this is a part of my life. I'm 45. I have dealt with this kind of crippling anxiety since I was 12 years old. Thank the Lord for the scientific discoveries of medications that help us, people that suffer like this. But when they are unavailable in this crazy world, I get to suffer. So, I'm gonna be okay. It sucks so bad right now, and I really needed to get this out, so yeah. Sorry. You know, the really crazy thing is that I've actually had a good week. I found out yesterday that I am getting a promotion at work, and I am officially management for the long haul, and I'm getting a raise, and it's been a good week. But sadly, because my brain turns on me, this is how I feel.